Well, this is my new to me Nissan 350Z with an LS power plant. We picked this thing up in a trade where I traded my daily for a retired Formula Drift car from 2014. It came as an unfinished project, came with the swap, but it needed a bunch of odds and ends to get this thing track worthy. And over the past couple months, we have been working away on buttoning up this car, getting it ready, and getting it out to the track to go party with some of my friends. When we got this car, it came completely unfinished. The wiring wasn't done, it didn't run, it didn't drive, it leaked oil everywhere from every orifice of this motor. And we spent every day after work getting this thing dialed and getting it ready to go out to the track. Started with the wiring. When I got this car, it didn't run. It kind of started, but not very well. So I went through and I rewired the entire chassis from the ACES engine management all the way to the lights. Everything had to be redone. We had to put relays, we had to put fuses, we had to put in a kill switch. We had to get this thing as reliable as we could with the wiring. Once we crossed that off the list, we went ahead and started tackling the tune of this vehicle. So ACES engine management is what we are running as an ECU to control the LS in this car, and it needed a tune. So we had a good friend of mine come on over and upload a tune. We did some street driving to get this thing as dialed as we possibly could before we went ahead and take it to a dyno. Once we crossed that off the list, we found more issues. This thing was leaking from everywhere. So the oil feeds were leaking. We found AN lines untightened. We continued to have an issue with the power steering. Upon further investigation, I realized that the power steering high pressure line from the pump to the rack was made out of AN lines. So we replaced that with a hydraulic line and fixed that issue. And now that we got the car all running and driving, it was finally time to take it out to Apple Valley Speedway. This is where things started to get fun. Me and my girlfriend loaded up the truck and trailer, threw this thing on, and headed out to Apple Valley Speedway for the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. And we had an incredible time. I was amazed and shocked on how well the car performed. Not only that, but also how well I was able to drive after taking a full year off of drifting in real life and mainly focusing on sim racing. It's crazy to think that this car has been sitting for close to 12 years without an engine, without running, without driving, under its own power. And after a couple months of hard work every day, after getting off my job, we were able to take this thing from a non-running project to a running and driving drift car that was ripping AVS. Honestly, it's pretty cool to own a piece of Formula Drift history. This car was last driving in 2014 by Ryan Kado, and it's pretty awesome to have the opportunity to give this car a second chance at life. But for now, I'll stop talking and let you guys enjoy some in-car footage and the sound of this LS screaming behind my buddy Hayden in his Corvette. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. That's the video. Getting this car running and driving from a non-running project, getting it out to Apple Valley Speedway within a month or two was an awesome experience. If you guys want to see more content of the retired Formula Drift car, be sure to comment. And don't worry, we are still working on my new pro car We're just waiting on some parts to come in and for the engine to get built. So I'm super excited to share that with you guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, do all those things if you want to continue to see this type of content. And if you don't, comment. What kind of content do you guys want to see? Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.